Welcome to a new edition of Harness Central. I'm Harold Howe. I'm in Beamsville with Dave Drew, breeder, owner, trainer of the winner of the 2014 Canadian Pacing Derby, Modern Legend.
Modern Legend on the far outside, looking for one of the greatest upsets in Canadian Pacing Derby history, a 60-1 stunner. It's Miller time. Modern Legend wins over Foiled Again in 147-2. Stakes record, he's tied the track and Canadian record. An unbelievable upset here, Modern Legend.
Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
Secondly, this wasn't supposed to happen, Dave. You got to tell us how it feels to climb over 4 horses from one stable to win arguably the toughest race there is for older pacing horses in North America, if not the world.
Well, I've seen Modern Legend do some very good racing. Last year he was second to Foiled Again in a world record at Pocono in 148 flat. He was in 147-3 at the Meadowlands in a TVG leg. So he has base talent. Didn't know whether he would beat this group. He's beat individual horses many times in many different races, but hadn't put it all together on the Grand Circuit to have a win. But this trip, he got an excellent trip from David Miller, and he certainly responded.
Well, Ron Burke, and nothing against Ron Burke, got 4 horses, 4 heavyweights in there. And going to the half, they're all in front of you. What are you thinking at that stage? And I mean, they're humming along pretty good. And you're thinking, this is going to be quite a sprint home if I can get out and have a shot at them. You must have had some questions about it all.
Well, I was pleased at that point. At least it looked like he was coming up second over, which is an ideal trip for him. He likes to race that way, and most times if he gets a second over trip, he performs well. Obviously, I knew we were in a very tough group of horses and have been all year this year.
It hasn't been an easy row for him from the beginning till now. He had some lameness issues and whatnot. He overcame them. But it must make it much more gratifying to have brought him through all those hurdles. And the time of the race to me is irrelevant. It's the fact that he won the way he did, and he ran away from them at the end.
Well, it certainly is gratifying to have had the opportunity to have this horse, and I did breed him, and he's just been a good horse all around. He obviously takes care and attention like every horse. Fortunately, he gets lots of that because I have time to do that. And he's a good keeper. He's good around the barn. He's good to jog, good to train, and he takes care of himself, which helps. But he just has outstanding talent and an outstanding heart.
And you, as well as anybody, can appreciate Ron Burke's comments that he made to me in December, which an article I posted, talking about the fact he felt there were a number of the people who had 3-year-olds from last year just didn't realize what a quantum leap it was to get in with Foiled Again and all the old horses. And it's proven to be true because a number of these horses, they've been humbled trying to hold their own. And he drew attention to your horse, saying, look at Modern Legend last year, raced his guts out for all he had every start to make $225,000. He said, that doesn't show you how tough it is. I don't know what does. But now you realize that while you've won the Canadian Pacing Derby, next start you go in, there's no respect for you. You're just another horse in there to beat.
There's no question. This Open Pacers group is a very tough group, and individually, virtually every horse in every race, if they get the right position, the right trip, can pull away and win a race. And it's a tough group, and hopefully he'll be up to those kind of challenges again.
When you look at him, and I know it's hard to be objective, and you try and analyze what makes him a good horse. I mean, he's a heartbeat away from 16 hands, and he's lots of leg and whatnot, but you're with him every day. I guess what makes him go and what keeps him going?
Well, I had the opportunity to drive the horse his first 4 starts, and I pretty quickly realized I better get the lines in the hands of a professional because he was a good horse. Now, how good he was, I didn't know, but I knew he was good. He loves to race. He gets behind the gate. He's controllable. You can do a number of things with him. He will do what the driver wants, and that's what I've told virtually every driver that's got behind him the first time. He will try very, very hard to do exactly what you ask him to do, and I think that's a significant benefit. He loves to race. He loves to get in the game, but also he will respond to the drivers to get the trip that they want him to have.
What about maintaining him? Is he a high maintenance horse? Are the veterinarians thrilled that you have him to race, or is he, just sort of average maintenance?
Well, I haven't had him to a veterinarian many months. But he takes, I give him a lot of care, partly because I have the time to do it. So I take a lot of extra care and attention to him. Relative to other horses, it's hard to say in terms of overall maintenance. He is not a difficult horse to take care of for me.
Right. What's next?
His next stake race is the Alleridge Farms Open Pace at the Red Mile, which goes the 28th of September with eliminations. So target him for that. Don't know in the meantime whether he'll get a race in between that or not at this point.
Looking a little further ahead, do you see yourself giving him a big break over the winter, and so you can go somewhere where there's sun and sand, or can you see him racing a bit, even if spotty schedule through the winter?
Yeah, I haven't made any decision on that. Last fall, I gave him a bit of a break after the Breeders' Crown and after the TVG final, but I didn't totally let him down, and brought him back and raced him at Woodbine during the winter and kept him going. Whether I'll do the same this year, I don't know. I'll have to assess that at the end of the season.
Yeah. I've always heard, and I've come to believe, that when you see premier horses just all alone on the racetrack, they look different. There's something about them, the way they carry themselves and so forth. You've had a chance to look at your competitors how many times now? Does that make sense to you?
Well, I think Modern Legend, he has got a unique style in terms of how he carries himself. He has a very long stride. He doesn't touch the track a great deal. He's very quick, long-gaited, wears 62-inch hobbles. He has a big, long stride, kind of carries himself high, kind of a unique gait, and whether that's part of the package, it certainly is part of his package. Whether that helps him or not, I expect it does, because he's been able to carry his speed fairly well.
And I'm kind of stating the obvious here, but it must have been a rush, not just to win the race, but to have bred him, raised him, nurtured him along to get in the situation, even for one night, to be the very best at anything.
Oh, there's no question. It's very gratifying to have seen him as a foal and seen him come up and all the progress along the way, and getting started and breaking him and training miles and everything to get him ready to race. It's just really gratifying to be associated with him.
Well, I think that's what many people would say racing's supposed to be about. So anyway, congratulations, good luck in the weeks ahead, and thanks for sharing your thoughts.
Thanks very much.
Harold Howe with Dave Drew, giving you the Harness Racing Edge.